Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my beautiful, beautiful people out there. Welcome to another beautiful episode, a great episode, a quintessential episode of Liferants podcast. You are here with, Aaron and my boy Antonio.
It is Antoni. I might have spelled my name wrong, but that's how we go. Episode mother flipping 50. Fif- 50 episodes of Light Rants.
That's it.
Thank y'all.
Look,
You've been
what?
following us
Right?
this far.
Right?
And we got international recognition now. We got people out in Nigeria downloading us,
Ex-
Paris downloading us.
Right.
It was another city on the map, and I can't remember. But for everybody that somehow we made it to episode 50, from
Yes.
the bottom of my dark, hilarious heart, thank you.
Right. And like I know we know we're not one of big out there, but for who the people we care for, that's who we rock for and we love this shit. Like
Yes,
it
yes,
doesn't matter about how many people we get to. I still we love doing this. This is why we, rock with this. And for the people who do, you understand it. You get why.
yeah.
You
You,
love the
this
rants, you
is
love the comics, you love, what we do.
this is also a therapy session for me.
Yeah, also, it's kind of
Because
my way
hence
to
the
just
name, Life Rants.
that
Life
part.
Rants. So 50 episodes. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I know I said
Okay.
something earlier, but I'm gonna switch it up a
hmm
little bit. How do you feel about 50 flipping episodes?
it's been a I feel like it's been a long time. I feel like it hasn't been that long, but
No.
also it's been, it's been a minute. Like it's been over a year now, like of us doing this, and it's been good. And I love that we bring it, a full circle to a mutant moment. I love it because mutant and proud. That's the theme of the title of it is very, very, very like what is the word I'm looking for? It's true to standard what we talk, because after what we're gonna talk about, and of course what we will you already see that we're wearing the gear. Like, my boy
Yeah.
has the Cyclops hat. I got my Xavier Institute on. Like, for those who are just listening, like we're here for it. We
We
true
are
to this.
we are diehard Marvel. I look, I grew up a DC head, but lately I'm a hard Marvel fan.
Yeah.
Look, if you see the toys behind me, it's very very few DC behind me. I got maybe a few DC figures. Working on that, but just for now,
Yeah.
whew, hard.
See, I started off as DC too, and I gravitated always, but I always gravitated towards X-Men, and that's how they got me. I bleed blue and yellow over here, like, that blue and yellow.
Yes, yes, yes. We're
We
not playing.
just
We're not playing. Also, Life Rants on YouTube. Look for it because I have been uploading the episodes to
hmm
YouTube. We are. I've been. It's a process, but mostly I'm gonna start doing video going forward. So I'm gonna upload the videos
you should
to
definitely,
YouTube, and that's how we're gonna see it. Which is why now you see the toys more closer because you can see this is me, dog.
that
For
was
real.
these things are perfectly timed. These random For those who are
Just
listening, every like for the past few episodes, like there have just been random pop up special effects on my boy here. Anytime we talk about certain things, and look, sometimes it's so perfectly timed that I'm just like, okay, I
just
accept it because I was like, I don't question it anymore. I'm just like, okay, just this is it,
just let it rock. Just let it
right?
rock. Just let it rock. Just let it rock. But yeah, man, 50 episodes. Thank y'all for
Right.
coming. So like the format going forward, so for everybody understands, we are gonna stay every 2 weeks unless I feel like running my mouth. So you might get 2 episodes that month, or 3 or 4 if we feel like there is absolutely something to talk about. We are talking about X-Men 97 today, but that is at the latter half of the episode, and we got some thoughts. And I gotta tell you, just to set up, Wolverine ain't shit.
Mm,
Let
oh
me
yeah,
tell you,
utter trash.
I just, he's one of my favorite characters, but good lord, they're playing on the soap opera stuff of this show.
Oh my
All right,
gosh, it's amazing, and I
yeah,
love it.
yes, it,
I as a kid who we used to watch soap operas, I live for this shit actually.
mm,
I used to
yeah,
watch with my
man.
grandma, and I'm an all my children person, and
Oh
we
god, what did I
just
watch? What did I watch with my mom?
see what was it,
Days of
Young
Our
and
Lives.
Restless, Guiding Light.
Days of Our
Okay,
Lives.
Days of Our Lives.
Days of
Okay,
Our Lives. Because it
I'm
came
like,
because you I had to watch Days of Our Lives before cartoons came on. And
mm-hmm,
I was like, oh my
yeah.
god, Brad, kill this person already.
Oh,
She's
see,
choking her sleep.
I
I don't
was a
even know if
Young and the
that's a
Restless
name.
man myself. I used to wish to be be a part of Victor Newman's family. I just, that's what I wanted, but I digress. But yeah,
Uh
this X-Men it's very much the soap opera drama that people have been craving and people have been wanting. I personally love it. And they
it's a
found a way to
lot.
mix it like with kids and adults, kind of like it's a good little median.
Thank you, Marvel, for getting this done.
Yeah,
Thank you, Marvel Unlimited, Marvel Entertainment, for getting this done and not skimping out on the soap opera.
right,
You know what? Okay, real quick, I'm
right.
gonna talk about two serious stories, and then we're gonna get into the fun stuff. Because we've been out for 2 weeks. I was in Vegas. Aaron was working.
Hmm.
Life happens. So
Right.
for the month of March, there was the craziness in Baltimore. I implore you to go watch this video because it is like to me 9/11 scary. So it's about this cargo ship that hits the bridge late at night, and you can't really tell how fast the ship is going, but it's slowed down enough where you as soon as you see the bridge hit the I keep saying the bridge hit the ship. What am I saying? The ship hit the bridge like it falls like a stack of cards. It is scary and terrifying. I don't know what to say. Like people say conspiracy theory. I don't know. I just I don't
And where does
I
happen?
don't Baltimore.
Mm, I know.
Baltimore. Baltimore. Because the only here's the thing. So only reason why I even know because I kind of you like I want this podcast to be aware of what's going on in the world because I know people don't always watch the news or CNN or Fox or whatnot. So I'll if I see a story that's worth talking about, I'll say it. But good lord, that shit is scary. It is scary.
Right. Hmm.
And in New York, there was this guy punching young ladies in the face, and I'm a little hesitant because we are going to upload this to YouTube. But he was out here just KOing people in the face. I mean, they
Jeez.
caught the guy finally,
Mhm.
but I can't stress this enough. If you're anywhere out in the world and you're by yourself, please be aware of your surroundings.
Right.
Be aware. Don't be on the phone. Just wherever you're going, whatever text to your boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, side buddy, side person, uh, the appointment, V appointment, it can wait a few minutes. Be safe in these streets. For real. And it's not just New York, wherever you are. Be safe in these streets.
Right. Exactly. Please. Like it's a very dangerous place out there. People are, I'm very much a glass half full kind of person, but I also am very aware that not everyone's out for your best interest. So just, be mindful.
There's just be safe, be smart, and be aware of your surroundings. That's it. That's the serious stuff. Oh,
Right.
since this is still playing out, I wanted to talk about the Diddy thing real quick. How are
Hmm.
you feeling about it? because I don't know what to think. This is it's still an essay trigger for anybody that's Diddy was
Yeah,
out. I'm gonna be funny, it's slightly funny, but glib because this is going on YouTube. But he was
yeah.
out here being giving take that's to people.
I haven't heard the details of a lot of things, but I do want to because everything I hear, it's like when we talked about Cassie. When I
Yeah.
heard about it, I wasn't surprised that it happened. Like, I for sure see him taking care, like taking advantage of, like, these young, like, artists and young men out here as well, just like, doing these acts upon them.
Hmm.
And we like, it's just, look here, nostalgia is being tainted all over. I mean, like, have you seen the Quiet on Set thing about Nickelodeon?
Oh, about Nickelodeon?
Uh,
No, but
oh,
I've heard,
traumatized.
is it now? So it's an actual. So here's what I was gonna try to because
Mhm.
we are gonna watch it. Me and the missus at some point.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Is it an
sure.
actual documentary or is it a movie? Because that's what I was
It's a
trying to figure
documentary.
out.
It's
Okay, it is
4
doc.
episodes. I think they said
Okay,
they're gonna try to push for a fifth episode on the 7th of April. I'm not sure if that's official yet, but
okay.
yeah, it was an eye opener. Like, the things, like, and like when you find out, like, the predators that were on that, like the person who you find out is a predator is wild, and like you see the stuff that happened behind the scenes with the black actors, and like, even though, like, some of the stuff that they were doing was very progressive, it was also very, like, behind the scenes, it was very toxic in what they did, and like the environment that they inside, and made it for everybody working with them. Like, it's an eye opener. Like, and like you will be surprised because these are some of, like, the best shows, like that, who that are imprinted in most of our childhoods. But, like,
Insanity.
yeah. But yeah, let's get into the lighter side of this. Did you have
Yeah,
anything else
yeah.
you wanted to get into?
Pre-order your books.
Of course. Of
Pre-order
course.
your toys. I did a
Support the local
post on it.
comic shops, y'all.
Support your local toy shop or comic shop.
Mhm.
Do that. Definitely do that. Or if you like me, do the internet. But I've kind of slowed down on the internet. I need to be
Okay,
back in a
okay.
comic store. Even if
Hey.
I'm picking up a few books a month, I need
Right.
to be back in a comic store.
I always support
I
the comic shop.
canceled my Comixology Unlimited today. I kept
Mm.
my Marvel one. Yeah, that's where I am, man. I need to be physically in a store. I'm still
Mhm.
reading Miles. I'm reading Nightwing on and off.
Mm.
I'm reading Avengers still because I know that issue comes out this week.
Mhm.
My girl is officially a monthly reader. She's picking up Lilo and Stitch. I gotta go pick up the third
Okay, okay.
issue in a couple weeks, actually.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah,
it
I didn't
gets
read
me.
the second issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I'm reading Thundercats now,
Okay. How was
and
it?
it's good so
Okay.
far. And
That's
then
good.
I gotta get caught up on Duke. That's the GI Joe book. Both
Mhm.
Dynamite books. I'm maturing. I It's been a long time since I picked up a non DC Marvel book.
Right?
It's
I feel
been a
Don't you feel so classy?
long time. Like dog, like and then of course Duke being written by Joshua Williamson does help.
Mhm.
I will follow that guy wherever he goes. Like I know he's writing Green Arrow right now, and I'm slowly get caught up on that.
Oh
And
yeah, I've almost thought about reading that actually.
then he's writing Batman and Robin, and I'll slowly get caught up on that. So yeah, man. What are you reading? What are you reading? Real quick, real quick, real quick, real quick,
Mhm.
real quick. Tom Taylor's ending his run on Nightwing. Real quick, right?
Mm.
And the last two issues is the team up with Batman, and I think it's the first issue of the team up where they nail Batman perfectly. I need Tom Taylor to write Batman going forward. It, it
Oh, that's
and
good.
it
That good.
it's I want to pull. I think I don't know if I. You know what? Got it right here, Nightwing, and I'm gonna read it. It is good. It is good. So I'm gonna read it word for word. Dick Grayson took an oath. He grew up to be a leader, to help save the world, to build up an entire city. But before that, he was a child who had lost everything. It was an anger few can understand, but I understood it. Bruce is being a parent to Dick, and that's something you don't see in
Right.
modern day comics. It's barely talked about. I
Right.
think if you're gonna write Batman going forward, you need to write. Bruce is older now. You need to write him as a parent. Now I'm gonna go.
Yes.
You need to write
Heavy.
him as a parent.
Wholeheartedly.
Now, and then let's see. I don't know if it's this issue or the next one. I'm gonna just flip through it right quick. Oh wait, I'm reading the second part. It's actually the
Mhm.
first part, which is
Mm.
Nightwing 11, 111. So let me see. Let me get to the page. Okay, so it sets up they're in Gotham City, and this is from Rufus Stamberg. There's a scream and there's a scream in the city that stops suddenly, right? And then it takes me 84 seconds to get to the scene. Too long for the victim. Gaping chest wound. I know the work. The killer's still here. Take him out fast and hard. Don't let him, not the killer. There's a child. There's a child. There's a child. There's a child. And you see the little pages of Jim Gordon, Alfred, uh, Dick at Haley's circus crying because his parents just died away, and then Bruce crying for Dick because he lost his parents. You do not see this in you do not see this in modern day comic books. This is
Wait,
why.
is
What?
the scene that they're referring to like a flashback or like a
Yes, it's
new
a flash. Yeah, I guess I should.
oh, of
You're right.
like
It's a
when
flash.
he
So it picks
of
up.
when it happened.
It picks up present day, but it flashes back to the past. It's
Oh,
two
to like when
panels.
his dad
It's
died.
two panels
His
of
parents.
talking about Batman and how he feels about Dick Grayson.
Got you.
If you pick up no issue of Nightwing this year, pick up these two.
Hmm.
Seriously, it's no world-ending threat. It's just Batman and Nightwing doing what they do best.
Okay. Okay.
And I hate when people talk crap about Batman. It's getting to the point where I even told my wife, if someone says something about Batman, I will fight you or kick you in the chest. That is
Right.
how I feel. That is how I feel. Batman's my favorite hero. Oh, Batman's this rich white guy that punches people.
Yeah. I know
Um,
that was a point of contention in our friendship
uh,
as well.
um, uh, don't you start with me today. Behave yourself. Anyway, if you're gonna talk about Batman, if you're gonna talk about how Batman kills, go pick up a goddamn comic book today. I don't like what Chip Zdarsky is doing with Batman, but you know what? That's his prerogative. I'm not gonna crap on it. That's not for me. I need to see Bruce Wayne as a parent, a
Yeah,
man
I
who
do want to see
fights
that.
who fights crime and takes care of his kids. And I
Right.
am sorry, I completely took it over the podcast because we started talking about Batman. Golly,
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Look, you look. I know how much you love him. It's all right.
it's Batman's my guy, man, and it's funny enough. So I went to Vegas. I was in Vegas the last week and a half.
Mm,
Let me tell you, beautiful people of this world, if you have a chance to not fly commercial for whatever reason, I flew. Me and the missus, we flew. Called it's the flight's called JSX. It's I don't want to say. I guess yeah, semi private, but it's about if you like flying first class. It's about the price of a first class tickets. It's worth every single penny. Do you not know? I'm sitting in the plane like the hell with these peasants. I ain't flying commercial again. Now I have to fly commercial because I'm going to San Francisco next week.
mhm. Now you gotta
Yo,
go commercial like an animal again.
yes, no, dude, like we pull up, we drop off our luggage. It is so unreasonably calm. It was freaking me out. And like even my wife was like, "Yo, this is this is calm." Like, yeah, I've never been not stressed out. Even the plane ride, even a plane ride was just smooth. It's just it's a smaller plane, but it's just smooth. Just smooth. We got to Vegas and we're just chilling. We hung out with her family.
Mm,
And then she had to go do stuff for business. And then I explored Vegas because I got a car and I just drove around. Um, Brad's Toys, Brad, I think it's Brad's Toys, Rogue Toys, and I think there's another toy store I checked out. There's a toy store on Fremont. The first two I really liked because I checked out all the locations.
mhm.
Pretty cool. Rogue Toys in Vegas is pretty cool. Brad Toys is pretty cool because I got this guy.
Okay, nice,
That
nice.
you know who this is, right?
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls is A-list. This
Mhm.
style, this play it out. I know what you talk. I found this guy, and it was the only one. I say yoink. Immediately walked out of Brad's Toys. Brad's Toys. If you find yourself listening to this podcast with a forever reason, thank you, thank you. I have yet to put him in pictures, and I don't want to. But this is a really nice figure.
Yeah, it
Oh my
is.
god, it's
It
so
is.
cool.
It looks nice.
Uh, I what else did I get? It was just fun. I realized that Vegas is like Brooklyn in a way that I can deal with the noise for a little while, but eventually I need to live peace and quiet. Just and that's probably my Amazon package. Peace and quiet and just chill, man. I and Vegas was very chill, but it is I will tell you, it is very expensive for the six for the what's up, bro? You good? Okay.
Yeah.
For this the 6 days that I spent out there, it's worth every penny, but it is pricey. And then food wise, I just ate like a crazy person, man. I just my diet said not today, not today. But bro, the one thing I will
Mhm.
say, I walked that whole week. I walked 30 miles walking.
Oh shit. Okay.
I had the last time I walked like this when I was back home.
Hmm.
So it was 30 miles walking, dog, because it
Oh
was
yeah.
from the parking lot of the hotel. You had to cut through the mall with your luggage to get to the hotel, and then from the hotel to the freak to get to your room is it was just crazy, dog, man. And my wife, I love her. She's just scooting around, and you can't hear
Huh?
you.
No, no, no,
Oh, there you go. We were just having fun, man. We just had a lot of fun. And
no.
then I'm
Okay.
going to San Francisco next, like literally next week. You know, we're gonna hang out there. I'm gonna see the seals. I'm going to see the seals. I'm going to, I think it's Fisherman's Wharf or something like that, man. I gotta go see the seals. I'm going to
Okay.
see the
Nice.
seals, bro. See the seals. What about you, man? Let's talk about some comics before we get into X Men.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on, man?
Huh? Sheesh. I've been comics. I've been reading pretty much all X-Men, but honestly, I've been reading the Wonder Woman comic. It's been really good.
That's
Um,
another book I gotta pick up. It's good. It's
yeah,
really good.
yeah, it's really good. I haven't read the last issue, I think. The last two issues I need to catch up. But that the Amazon's Attack, I think I need to read last week's issue. But
Hmm.
I've been loving to see that. I've been loving the diversity that they bring to the fact that they're giving Wonder Woman like a Wonder Family kind of in a way is amazing, and like the
Which is a
diversity within the
which
Wonder
is
Family is
about
great.
goddamn time.
Right, exactly. Like they used to only have like Donna and then Cassie, but then like they would suddenly choose which one of them that they act like they could only have one of them out at a time, and then even then like they're back in the obscurity. So like it's nice to see that all of them are just getting their shine here, and like not only that, but they're the other women that they're getting to Liara, Flora, Faruka, and everyone is crazy. But one of the Amazons has betrayed them in one of the last issues. So I'm excited to see what that's going to be about. But yeah, the X-Men have just been on another plateau kind of like they
Okay,
finally started the attack on Orcus, and I'm
I
loving
got a question for you
it.
because I saw you crying about it. So let's talk about it.
Oh my god.
Magneto, because I haven't read it yet, but I do want you to tell me what's going on.
He so for those who don't know what my boy is talking about,
Wait.
um it's
Spoilers in three, two, go.
right. Yeah, that's why I was like I didn't want to I was like I didn't know if I want to bring it up because of episode 2. But we'll talk about that later. So in the comics, for those who so y'all, for those who don't know, I made a TikTok about the something that happened in the comics on in a recent issue called Resurrection of Magneto, issue number 2. There is a certain scene where Magneto talks about he um how he was basically in love with Charles, or Charles was in love with him in a way. Hold on, I gotta go to the screen. I gotta
Oh,
go to it
please, please.
because as soon as I saw it, I literally my eyes welded up in tears and I ran to screenshot everything that I was reading because my God, y'all, like when I tell you, it was just I was like, is this really? There it is. Boom, I knew it. So it says, and I want y'all to read it how you will. It says, Charles, you saw something. You saw me what count. You saw me what counted, what I could not see in myself. And how did I repay you? After I failed you so many times, after all the years between us, when I saw you fumbling, teetering, when I saw your desperate desire to be loved crushing you, what did I do? I could have stayed, giving. Oh, wait. Yeah, I could have stayed, giving Krakoa another chance. Uh, I tried to make it better, tried to make myself better, reach further, do better, ensure our garden grew in kinder hands. But I had endured too much, lost too much. My failures were too great. I could not believe. Like y'all tell me what that sound to me to y'all like is happening. So they basically confirmed that he knew that Charles was like trying to be more than just his friend to him. He was trying to be more, but he couldn't accept that and he couldn't truly accept the dream for what it was. So like they kind of like finally after years of like the subtext of Charles and Magneto are just really close friends, like they're really whatever, but everyone else could see it. They are confirmed something to each other, and
Okay.
we kind of go into it further into because do you remember? I don't know if you read that far into it, but do you remember when he died? When he told Storm to promise him that she would watch him.
Yeah, that was an X
That
Men
was in
Red, right?
X. Yeah, X-Men Red. That was an during X
Yeah,
Judgment Day
yeah.
when he died. So and for those who don't know, there's a certain scene in X Judgment Day when he dies. He tells Storm to watch Xavier because he will try. He says Xavier will try to be everything. Will try to follow his dream and try to do coexistence, but he will bend too far or he will try to make too many compromises, and that's when everything will fall. And that's exactly what ended up happening. But he Storm tells him that what happens to Krakoa and what's happening with Charles, and he flies off the handle because he decides he doesn't want to be brought back to life. But then once he finds out what's happening with Charles, then he decides that he wants to be brought back to life. So I can't wait to see how they kind of maneuver their way into this newfound relationship after like 30 years of plus friendship and all this. And it kind of steers into like um, you know, the symmetry of what happens in the show, which we'll get into later. But forget all that. But enough with all this comics. It's time to talk
We,
about
we,
the
we
big,
ready?
yeah, the
We
big
ready?
chunk of what we here to talk about. You know, Mutant and Prep, my boy.
Marvel. Entertainment, Marvel Animation.
Yes, sir.
I want to send you a heartfelt thank you
Mm-hmm.
for giving X-Men back on the small screen in
Yes.
a way that people needed. I
Yes.
I know there's some dissenting voices.
Right. Of
The hell
course.
with them. The hell with
As there
them.
also always is.
And because people are not happy until they tear something down, but there is enough majority of people that are happy with X-Men
Right.
97, and me and my boy here, we are happy. All right, episode 1. Let's go.
Yes.
Episode
Oh
1.
my gosh. Yeah, well, so my thought, I loved episode one. Episode one was a perfect set toner. I spoke with somebody last week, and they asked me, what was it, a couple weeks, and they said, what is a better option, having a first episode be really slow and set the explain everything of what's going on, or be really jam packed and be action and pick up your eye as soon as you watch it, and have and be kind of like like, oh my gosh, this is what happened, basically an action pack eye grabber the whole time. Like, which one would you have? But this one was such a perfect symmetry of both. It kind
Yes.
of not only explained what happened during the time that we were gone, but also gave us but you didn't have also have to be there, you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to just start watching this, you can kind of understand where you are now, and you can kind of be cool with it, because they kind of just set the tone of, Xavier is dead at this point, and it's been
Yeah.
3 months since then. And of course, spoilers going into this now for those who don't, weren't under clear about it. But
Before you
yeah.
go any further, if you
Mhm.
have not watched X-Men 97, leave
Yeah,
now.
you should
Leave
definitely leave
now.
now, because why are you here right now? Yeah,
Leave now.
we love you, but why are you here right now? You go watch that
You,
and come back with us.
you
Pause
gotta
this.
go. You
Pause this
gotta
and
go.
and come back.
We're at timestamp episode 32 minutes and 14
All
seconds.
right,
You gotta go.
come back.
You
All
gotta
right,
go. You gotta
right.
go. Okay.
Come and gossip
Go.
about it when we come back, when you get back. All right. But anyway, but no, this was I thought this was a great first episode. It was paced out. It gave us the full explanation of what it set the tone of what to expect for this season, but also, yeah, like I said, like, it gave us it let us get to know each character slowly and surely. You know what I mean? And that's also what I appreciated. Go ahead.
Like top 3 Cyclops moments in the show, in the first
Oh
episode.
my gosh, yeah.
Like
That
him
was one of the
taking
first
out the
things.
friends of humanity, like
Yes.
pop, weave.
Yes.
Pop. They trapped him. He was like took off this. Oh no! Oh
Oh, please
no!
don't take
What you
my
gonna do?
glasses.
Bap! Took out everybody. And then when I guess top 2, when they're fighting the Sentinels. And
Mhm.
the Sentinels took out the plane. He's like, "Solid work, team." In the middle of falling to his doom, he's like, "I see y'all on the ground."
Iconic.
Just,
Like,
it just,
iconic. Like, I have to, like, you already know. Like, I always give a disclaimer anytime I talk about Cyclops. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of him, but I credit I've oh, but I one thing I've always given credit where credit is due. That man, he did he showed he was him. Like, he gave, like, like, I'm him moments in this. Like,
yes,
first of all, the way in which they utilize his beams in this show is amazing. The first like, in the first few minutes, the part with him and Sunspot, of him pushing him and Sunspot off with his
yeah,
blast, and then, like, using it to, like you said, maneuver his way around, but also, like, the way he it was the big I'm him moment was the moment when everyone was falling, and they all just look at each other like, all right, let's do it. And, like, they all just grab their prospective person, and then he just like, okay, everybody good? Okay, okay, bet. I'll see y'all down there, and just dives down, and he just and just uses his beam to
yep,
descend and to ease his descent. I'm
just
like,
chilling.
I was like,
And
bro,
then he says the line. He says the line.
come
He said
back.
to
I
me, my
screamed.
ex. Like yes,
I
yes.
screamed. I screamed, y'all, and like, and it was the whole, and it was the chill moment, and I love that it was corny, but I love the moment of, of Rogue doing the haha and the little hair flip thingy as
Yeah.
I'm literally getting chills, and I said it in my mind. I literally did my little game, yes, bitch, and like it was a moment, and it was an iconic moment
Only
for them.
to be followed by shown the forecast.
Okay, like we're not we let's wait let's wait to talk about that ending
Okay,
that end fight
okay,
scene,
okay,
because like
okay.
I want to get into certain things about this, like the first part of the episode, having the Friends of Humanity be
Yes,
the first part, and having Sunspot as the our first new point of view
mutant.
teen character. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like we kind of get that, we get to see him, and I love that the racial metaphor is done by a person of color. Like that, it was so
yes.
refreshing. Like I just like, and sometimes I know some people thought it was gonna. I know some people probably think it was heavy-handed or whatever, but I think that's been most of our complaints, especially like people like myself who have thought like it's not, if you're going to do a racial metaphor or some kind of stereotypical metaphor, it should be with a person of color so you can understand it, because there are certain, we don't need, how many times have we seen the white mutant minority character doing a speech about something minority esque, which does happen in episode 2, but we will get to that later. And do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Storm and Jean. And that's all I'm gonna say. I want you to think about that, and that's all I'm gonna say. Because we will get on. um, but
Wait, you mean the talk that you mean the part that they were talking about kids?
yes,
Oh boy. Okay.
yes, about her son. And we go look. Wait, okay, we go ahead. But no, the sunspot thing I thought was really good. It did all the things it was supposed to do. Um, even the part where he says, "I'm not," like I quote it every time because I get chills. He says, "I'm not like the other mutants you see on TV. I'm one of the good ones," and that is so.
Yeah,
That was such a powerful moment because I'm like, that metaphor is right there. Like, how many times have we heard, you're
I'm one
not
of the
you're
good
oh,
ones. I'm just
you're one of the
chilling.
good, exactly, you're one
Hmm.
of the good ones, and like I do like it. I like the fact that Sunspot is he's kind of like the black yuppie character, the buppy of the character. Like he's the rich spoiled kid. You can tell, and I like that. I like Jubilee surprisingly as his contrast in the show.
Which
I
makes
didn't
sense
expect
because
that
she was the POV
of last
in,
season, right?
of the
Hmm.
OG series.
Right. And
Which
I and
which real, if you
oh yeah, go on
haven't
back.
watched the OG series, do
Yeah,
yourself a favor. Take a
yeah,
weekend, watch the OG series.
right.
You really should. Now you can
Yeah.
jump into this without watching it,
I was
fine.
just about to say yeah, for sure.
But for me to get a full serving of X-Men,
Hmm.
watch the OG series.
Right.
Because they do pick up some plot points from the OG series to
Right.
okay,
I think
to modern day.
yeah, I think it like you said, you
I
don't have to watch it, but oh yeah, go ahead.
I care. You just wanted people to see you on TV because you know I'm gonna upload this later. Yeah, really? Okay, this is absolutely necessary right now. You're interrupting a very important X Men talk. This is important. You don't care. All right, fine. All right, continue.
What was yeah, no, I do like them as a contrast with each other. I never expected me to like Jubilee and Sunspot as a I never expected me to like them as a team together, but they work in a way, and even like romantically, kind of like, I'm not saying I want them to be endgame with each other, definitely not, but even like as a flirtation, I do like them, because I was always my point of contention with the first one, as well as I got older and knew the whole story, I actually read the comics, like I did miss the Kitty of it all. I do wish that they put Kitty in it, especially during
I
this
do see
time.
why now they put Jubilee instead
Oh
of
no, for
Kitty.
sure. I completely understand. Yeah, it completely understood. Like the adopted Asian mall rat girl in the '90s. Yeah, it totally made sense. Like we needed that diversity, and like for some people, she is an iconic character who people truly relate to, and I love that. And I don't want to take that from anybody, but also there are certain stories, there are certain things that Kitty talks about, that Kitty goes through, that is very important to a lot of other people's stories, especially going what storm stories. A lot of
Yes,
storm stories pertain to what her and Kitty go through, and it goes on, and of course, as we talk about episode 2, that become like we that those stories become relevant as well. But I do love, the part that Jubilee plays. You can see that she's going to be playing more of a role in this than she did in the other one, and I'm okay with her and Sunspot. I,
yeah,
I
and
oh yeah,
yeah,
go
I
on,
know
man.
this ham right here, but Bishop's still in our timeline for some
Yep,
reason.
yep. Without asking
Uh,
questions, and I honestly kind of love
I
him.
do not care. I like him on the
Yeah,
team. He should stay on the team.
his power
Although,
effects, his new power effect of the purple
oh,
in it
episode,
absorbing,
yes,
amazing.
um, Wolverine and okay,
We'll talk about
Wolver-
it in episode. We'll talk about that in episode 3 when we get to
okay,
episode 3. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because
I
I,
have
I
questions.
I saw it too, and I
Eh,
honestly saw it from episode 1.
Are they okay? I'm gonna hold
No,
off on it.
no,
No,
but no, we're gonna talk about it because I like the story. If they do the storyline that I think they're gonna do, I would like it. But we'll talk about it as we. Yeah, yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
So
But yeah,
Magneto shows up at the end of the episode. He's
right,
like, "I own everything now. You're
right.
pretty much screwed."
Charles leaving him everything is wild.
But it happened in the book.
Right, right, and it happened in the comics too, and I love that. I do like the fact that they're keeping to the books. We all know that they're going to make changes, but I like that their changes aren't drastic. It still
Yes,
keeps to because that was the one thing that we love about the original. The original keeps to a lot of the comics, and they don't veer that much from it. But this they don't veer that much from it. They honestly tell the stories that need to be told. Um, I like the aspect of we're going into this in a world without Charles Xavier.
yes.
We're not going into this, just going into, oh, Charles is what running everything. And not only that, we're going into it of Scott and Jean talking about stepping down, and Jean being pregnant
To
at the
be a
time.
parent, yeah, to
Right,
be a parent,
right, to go
and
and be
yeah,
right, I have to raise their family, and like I absolutely love that like aspect of them doing it, and them like going into these like real deep themes. We instantly and obviously see the love triangle of Jean, Scott, and Wolverine. Because look here, I'm gonna tell you one thing: Scott a better man than me, and I'll tell you this: because ain't no way I'm gonna let this little motherfucker sit up in my damn house and sit up in here and talk to my wife in all kind of ways like this. Like, okay, the scene of him talk of course Scott and Logan going at it, and Logan about to go off the handle, and Gina's like, Logan, please just, and like that's all she got to say, and this man just calmed down. Okay, for you, Jeannie. And like they just give this like soulful look at each other, and just like, come on, baby. And like
this is
I'm
why
just
Cyclops needs to be a POV and
I
be like,
just
"My guy, for real, red,"
what? Because ain't no way
and him flying.
I would have got my ass right there in between them. Okay, what are we doing here? I'm the father of her child standing right here, bro. Like, this man has no one thing that Logan always had is audacity. And like, cause
Yes.
this man, it don't care if he in front of your husband, wife, all that. He gonna do it. Like, and you can only respect it, but also,
Wolverine is the Tyrone of the X Men.
yeah,
Hi, I'm Logan, and if you're a redhead and you're married, you're with this dude with red glasses, I'm probably gonna your wife.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
that's it. That's it.
All right, episode two.
Yeah, episode 2.
Oh boy.
Episode 2
Okay,
was
I gotta put you
sweet.
down. I love you.
So Magneto, the first thing we see is Magneto going on his basically apology tour around the world and going around helping humans and mutants around the world. And we see this big scene of him like helping this big Ferris wheel that's about to fall.
In Coney Island.
Yeah, in Coney Island. And
In
like
Coney Island, yeah.
he saves this these all these people and whatever, and he goes around doing his thing, and the police, I mean the the government come for him and basically put him up for trial. First of all, I never expected them. One thing I they when I say they came when I said they came out of the the gate swinging on these episodes, the I never would have thought that the trial of Magneto would have been a thing they talk about in the first few episodes. That is an
You
iconic
know,
X-Men moment.
I gotta say, Magneto. I'm glad he's the now the professor of the show,
Yes.
because you're gonna get these fiery speeches.
Oh
My
my
okay,
god.
my wish
Chill.
list is the speech from, if they do it, they have the actor to do it, is the
Mhm.
power speech from We're Your Gods Now. I
Oh my
want
gosh,
that
yes.
speech in
I would love that
animated
actually.
form so bad. All right, but we're straying.
Um,
But
but no, yeah, the Magneto speeches were amazing. But before we get into the trial, because the trial is something that I definitely we gonna talk. I know we're gonna get into depth because the things that he talks about is crazy. But the one of the things I want to talk about is the Jean and Storm moment. Now, before I even get into that, I want to say one I love, absolutely love that we get a Jean and Storm friendship. We get to see the Jean and Storm friendship. One of my biggest issues for a lot of people who are big Jean and Storm fans is the fact that they talk about they rarely talk they talk about how they're sisters, but we don't get to see very rare moments that they are sisters. Even in the comics, we rarely get
yeah,
it. But in this moment, we get this heartfelt conversation with her and Storm, and like even like throughout the show, we see these little moments where they talk to each other or they're around each other, and you can see the sisterly bond that they have. But I do love the conversation that they do have, where they finally, where Jean is worried about her child being a mutant, and him having to live in a world where they hate and fear him. Now, it's not funny, guys. I know it's not. The conversation isn't funny, but Jean, the white woman, telling this, having this conversation with this black woman about her son having to live in a world that hates and fears him for what he is because of because what he is born to. Yes. For those who don't know what I'm referring to, my bad. Well, go ahead. What were you about to say?
no, finish, because I'm gonna follow up. I'm gonna
Okay.
give you like the counterpoint to that.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I got you. So for those who don't understand why it's funny for me, this is indicative of a conversation that a lot of people of color, mainly black mothers or black parents have to have with their children, or mainly their black sons, talking
Latin
about.
mothers have it too.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Majority. That's why I was like people like. That's why I say people of color. Like but like no it's a conversation that people of colors have with their sons. Saying that the world isn't always going to treat you fairly because of the color of your skin, or and because of how other people are because of that. And it's a it's a something that we all know, and we all like kind of secretly are kind of told but not told sometimes. And it was kind of funny and ironic that it's happening, that Jean is the one telling it to Storm. But other than that, it was still a nice little moment for them, though. I liked it.
I didn't even think about it until you said that. I was more thinking about
Hmm.
like, um she's a new mom. She's about to,
Yeah.
well, you see at the end of the episode she gives birth, but she's a mom that's scared for her kid, because
Right.
look, I can't speak for everybody, for every parent or everybody that has grown up in a crazy time, but I got that speech too, like,
Yeah.
hey, wherever you go, be careful,
Exactly.
respect the police. But unfortunately, now we live in an age that people don't really do that no more.
Hmm.
But you still, like, it's like I said earlier, you have to be mindful of
Always be
your
mindful of your surroundings.
surroundings and just be in a safe spot. But that's all I really saw the speech, nothing more than that. But
Hmm.
but can we talk about something that's been bugging me?
Hmm.
Rogue and Magneto a thing?
I love it,
Mm-mm,
actually.
mm-mm,
Um, so
mm-mm.
I
That
won't even
was my
hold you.
only negative about. Wait,
Huh.
wait. You mean to tell me that Magneto has the Midas touch, and
Hmm.
she ready to risk it all for Magneto, and they have a pass. Now, do I know, is that in the comic book?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But
And I love that they
I
actually, it's funny because they use the actual the outfits that they wear in episode 3 is the actual is how they actually first got together in the Savage Line. Because he is like notably the only one who could ever touch her. He's the first person who could, like, one of the only people who could touch her when she was going through her thing. Because his magnetism, he puts a thin layer of magnetism over his skin to where he can touch, where he's able to touch her. Yeah, I'm like, it's a magnetic field or some shit like that. Yeah, but
so so
hmm
so so
it's
I'm gonna stop while I'm
it's
ahead.
canonic, y'all, and I do absolutely like it. The one thing that I have, my only problem with it is the timeline in this show. Now, in the comics, it
Yes.
was like they already made it seem like it was already established that this is from a moment in one of their missions. They get separated, and they get trapped in the Savage Land without their powers or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, so they of course blossom a relationship, blah blah blah. This happens in this show. I don't know what the timeline is because I'm
I
hoping that
guess
it's one of those
that has to be the
flashbacks.
pre-show. Yeah, it has to be the pre-show because
Hmm. I'm
they
hoping
hinted
that.
at it when she was a teenager. So I'm like,
Or
wait.
that's why I'm saying that, because I'm like, please do not let him be effing with her at, like, as a teenager. I'm hoping that this is one of those, like, maybe a flash. They do a flashback moment of she was on a mission and she got sidetracked and got stuck in the Savage Land, when she was with the X-Men. Maybe I'm hoping that's the thing that they do, because I
I'm in
don't want
love with a
Magneto to
man
be,
nearly twice my
yeah.
age. I don't know what to do.
Young girl, you're out of your mind. Your love for
Oh
me is
boy.
way out of line. Better run, girl.
Mm-mm.
You're much too young, girl. Oh God.
That's
But
a lot.
yeah, that's a
That's a
lot for
lot.
me. But no, the big thing that I want to talk about that conversation with him and Rogue is the thing that she says about her and Charles, about him, why he wore his helmet, and why he decided to wear his helmet. Um, for those who weren't paying attention to it, he says to Rogue that he used to feel Charles in his mind all the time, not invading it, but just as a visiting presence, not and he said he would read his mind, he would read his thoughts, and Magneto would read his. And then of course Magneto started getting more radicalized with his thinking of coexistence can be impossible, and then he decided to cut off his mind to Charles. And Rogue stops him and says, because you knew if you felt how much he loved you, you wouldn't have the heart to do what you were about to do. And I couldn't believe that they actually pulled the trigger, like, on that, on a Disney Plus show. I was very much um I was blown about that, but I loved it. And I do like how they subtly did it without making it feel like forced to me. I don't know what you think
Yeah.
about it.
It like, this is why I need to watch stuff like 3 or 4 times because now I gotta watch it again
Yeah, you didn't pick up on
because
that,
if
did you?
I didn't pick up, it's just
Watch that again, please.
I gotta watch it again. I'll watch it again. Yeah. All right.
Magneto, a
What else
bisexual king. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
happened?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We love that.
look at my locks and just walking around with the
Right.
cape.
It's Eric. It's
Um.
Mr. Magnus if you're nasty. All right?
Oh
What
my.
you
I
mean?
can't. I no.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
He decided, and
I'm done
I'm
with you.
totally convinced that he decided to go as Magnus when he finally accepted that he was bisexual, and I love that for him. And it was during this time when he had this little he had the M costume. By the way, I totally hate the M costume, but I've always hated it, even in the comics.
I'm gonna
I
get the action figure
totally
of
hate
it.
it.
I kinda want it for the heads. I'm gonna get the action figure. It's
And
pretty
there's a
cool.
he does like a titty top moment with it, like where he does like a deep V of it and his boobs are out, and I'm just like, no one wants this. But you can tell like he needed that for him. Like that was during his like bisexual era. Like he had just like really gotten into Prince and like he was just like, yes, this is my time. Like we can all let our free flag fly and like I
I
love that for
would
him, but
die
also
for
no.
you.
Like
Okay.
yeah,
So the Friends of Humanity are still a problem, and they send the executioner, which is a Friends of Humanity person,
yeah,
right? That's what I'm assuming.
yeah.
Okay,
He's a very deep
and
cut.
gave everybody the business,
Yeah.
like on the level, like Taskmaster level business, like beating the freaking
Yeah. That fight with him and Cyclops was crazy.
yeah,
And
just
he very much gave, and I kind of like that he very much gave a real, like he was a very real villain, like because you could, like he gave very much. I say this before, but he gave very much. I was there on January 6th kind of kind of thing.
yeah,
Like he gave like I'm an incel. Like what he says to Cyclops as he's fighting him, he says to him, he says, you know. The thing why I really hate mutants is not about your little powers. It's the fact that it's the fact that you complain. You're always complaining. He says, yes, everybody goes through something, but you don't see us complaining about it. And you know how many, I'm sorry, but white older men that we've seen on there go in and out about how, oh, racism doesn't exist and oh, you're only causing your own problems, but these actual things happen. And I love the reality that they kind of do with the executioner in this,
and you
because
kind of see the reality, a different reality for. We'll get to that in the
yes,
hospital scene.
yes. But
Wait,
let's get
I
into
guess.
the
Oh, go
courtroom
ahead.
scene. Oh, my bad, my bad, my
Well,
bad. Do you want to talk about something else before we get into that?
no, no, no. That's fine. That's fine, bro. You're good.
Okay.
The courtroom scene. Um,
Yes. Uh,
Executioner takes away Storm's powers,
yes.
and it's heartbreaking. But
I was talking about the court the speech.
I'm getting there.
Oh, my
But
bad, my bad, my bad.
what follows after is the most. I think it's like it's 4 minutes long
It's before that.
of
It's before she gets shot.
what.
It's the his speech. You talking about the speech he does?
Basically, like you guys started this. You
Mm-hmm.
hunted us first.
Yeah.
We're just trying. Anything I've done is merely to defend myself.
Yes. Like his that scene was so powerful. Like he start the even the opening scene. Like I'm doing a lot of quotes today on it because but it's so like it's so this is a quotable show right now. I'm
Yeah,
not even gonna hold you. But he says as a boy my people's homes were burned to ash and because we dared to call God by another name.
yep.
Then my people hunted me with the people who hunted them. And he said that I was a freak. I was born a mutant, an abomination to their misnamed gods. In history's sad songs, there is a refrain. Like it's the moment that he says as a boy I was hunted and as I got that was such a powerful moment because
And people forget that the way Magneto is written in the comic book, he's a
he's a
Holocaust
Holocaust
survivor.
survivor, right? That is a
So
very
I don't know how they're
notable
gonna
moment.
do it for the cartoon. I think
I,
they maybe hinted at it once.
I feel like they very much like strongly implied that on that, like
Okay.
especially that scene, that first sentence they kind of just stated like, yes, he I was there, and they even showed that little scene in I think in the cartoon in the first cartoon of him at the
Oh,
camps.
where no, yeah, when Professor Xavier remember your past and just throws in the Holocaust,
Oh
like
my
what
gosh,
the
yeah, that
fuck?
one was crazy.
Like,
Like
why? That's
that was
so
he was
evil.
trash for that. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's
You
so
know,
evil.
I'm
Ugh.
a Charles sympathizer, but nah, he was
I
cold for
can't
that.
defend that.
I can't
Here,
defend
here,
that one.
I got you. Professor,
Remember the
we
most
need help.
biggest traumatic thing that anyone will ever face in their lives, and
Holocaust blast. Like,
Holocaust blast is wild. That's exactly what he did. And like, oh man, I just like, and like, I was like, I know you're trying to stop him, but I think that's a bit too far. But yeah, I think
uh,
I did like that. I do like he made points. Like
yeah.
everything that he said, like I was just sitting there, just like, yep. And is like and do like he talks about the he says, "I want a chance to be better. Allow me to be better." Even then, even
Oh, but
later
that's
on
later,
when he
right?
says that
That
scene, no,
that's
no, no,
later. That's
that I know a scene you're talking about the "Don't let me let you down."
okay.
that was
Yeah.
that was my favorite line that he said. But
Oh, so I guess we're jumping to like
um,
the what
the
after
attack, yeah,
yeah. So
storm,
the Friends of Humanity, Executioner, they're all that I guess at the UN, and
yep,
the shot was meant for Magneto, but
hmm,
Storm protected Magneto and got her powers taken away. Now,
right,
if you know
right.
if
In
you
the
read the
comics,
comic book, you
right,
know they're doing an iconic storyline for Storm.
right,
I don't know how they're gonna do it for the cartoon because oh boy.
right, and like I
And
know.
I don't even I'm not exactly sure how she gets her powers back either.
Um, yeah, it's a whole process, and that's how I'm excited to see because I don't even remember. I read it, but I don't remember all of it. Because like yeah, like as we know, like in the comics, like it was instead of Magneto, it was Rogue who she ended up taking the blast for. But like there's an iconic storm arc that's about to happen. And I know I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, oh, why did it have to be Storm, the black character, blah blah blah. And I
Because if
understand,
you read X-Men, if
right?
you
It's
read
canonic, y'all.
Chris Claremont's X-Men, we gotta say his name, we're gonna say it
Hmm.
correctly. If you read it completely from Giant Size X-Men 1, it's been a Storm story straight through.
It's been some, yeah, it's been leading up to, like, I do love that because if you read it, you see that it's a backstory of her leading her into leadership. Like that's literally what it's been doing, and I kind of love that that moment that we get for her. And I know a lot of people are like, oh no, why does it have to be her? I understand you're talking about the race thing. I get it, but also for characters like Storm who are so powerful, there aren't many stories or not many places you can go with them. So you have to make sure that the story is compelling. And someone with Storm's powers who can really do anything and can solve any problem has to come up against the problem that her powers can't necessarily fix. And that's kind of why this arc was so important to her as a character in the comics because it showed that she was more than just, this goddess being who people idolized or put on a certain pedestal. She was this person who actually had her own autonomy, and she had to explore, and we had to see her literally go through like, things like she got the mohawk. I kind of wish they waited to get the mohawk until after she lost her powers. That would have been a more powerful moment of her
But
getting her
she
mohawk.
does it every time she does the mohawk. She's kind of in a sad situation.
But that's when she first got it though, around because of
Yeah,
her because of the power depowering. And I feel like that's why I feel like they should have waited for that, or at least after it happened, they should have shaved it to her comic version of her hair instead of just like the little floor, the little, flowy kind of bit that they have now.
I agree.
Um
Do you want
yeah,
to talk about the speech?
um huh?
You want to talk about the speech?
Um oh no, the storm one. Yeah, so the Storm thing broke my heart. When Storm gets depowered, the y'all, when I tell y'all, I clutched my heart when she said, "The
I
air, I
I
can't
can't feel.
feel it." the moisture. I instantly started tearing up. I was like, "Oh my god, someone help her! Someone hug her,
And
please!"
then Magneto to do that speech.
Lost
This
his
is what they do. This is what they, and he's like, animation so beautiful.
Oh
He's
my god,
crying.
yes.
He's crying. This is
Yes.
what y'all would do to us. This right here. If this
He
is why I am the way I am,
right. Sends them
and
into space.
takes them into space. I think I might have took a picture of the speech, and I want to read it in its entirely. Give
Mhm.
me stall for like 30 seconds.
I got you. No, oh yeah, but like that whole scene is powerful. Was very powerful. I love the animation in this. Like the new animation style, like the mixture of the old style, but also a new style. I keep saying it, but it reminds me of the anime version of X-Men, the miniseries that they had. There's like a manga version of it. If y'all haven't read it, if y'all haven't watched it, y'all should. But it's kind of like gives you an anime feel um in the with the way they shoot certain scenes, especially the fight scenes in there. Like, because I knew, well, my bad, I had you skip the fight scene that we were supposed to be talking about in the first episode, because the fight scene was good as hell, and I we got sidetracked into episode 2.
That
But
no, what speech?
no, no, no. The fight, no, that's the fight scene that happened in season in the first episode. That the damn um the the gambit clause, the power combos that they did. I absolutely love the power combos. Like the because I know a lot of people. Like, my first thing was Wolverine definitely exploded, and I'm like, how was he not blowed up? But then I'm like, adamantium can't blow up, so he probably just like made the bones like just explode. And I love the power
Man,
combos.
I
The mutant
thought I
technology
took
in it
a.
was wild.
I thought I took a. Oh man, I thought I took. Man, I am so mad. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think I found it. Ooh, almost there. Almost there. I like how we're just.
Ooh, well, since you're still looking, um,
No, no, it's just a long scroll. I'm
oh, okay.
almost there.
'Cause I'm about to say we also before we go into the next.
The hell, fuck it, can't find it.
Okay.
That's, but he's like sycophant. Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Uh,
you know what? I'll play it here
hold on.
on the audio vision. Are you gonna play it?
I got you.
Okay.
Definitely got you.
So while he's doing that, listen, people. Life France is Life France. Come check us out every 2 weeks. We are talking about comics, we talk about toys, we talk about just life. So while we're taking the time out to play this speech, and I think you're
I
almost
got it.
ready. Okay, so come check us out every 2 weeks. Go ahead.
Bigot, ingrate, sycophant, worm. So small I could smite you with a step. There was a time I would smite you all for what was done to Storm. But today, I have saved you from your own. For an old friend has challenged me to remember this view of Earth. How vast it is versus how small we make it. Charles Xavier entrusted me with his dream, and it does not ask you to love or embrace my kind as your own, but merely to accept that this is a shared world with a common future, and that my kind, like yours, have the right to live in it. I am trying to be better.
Do
not
not
make
make
me
me
let
let
you
you
Me,
down.
you down.
down. Like
Whew,
this man
that
has
is
been spitting bars that whole episode. Like
that is the coldest speech, and that's just we're only episode
two.
3. Oh, two, yeah,
Yes.
2.
Like y'all, like this man has spoke like nothing. This man, he makes me want to actively go out and find a Magneto was right a shirt. Like I feel like I need one now. Like this is what the people when people was talking about Magneto was right, I didn't understand back then. When this is the Magneto I understand. This is who they was talking about. I get it. Like this man has been he was spitting facts like the don't make me let you down as he literally is hurt with them above the earth like just and nothing but his force field to
Oh,
hold them together.
and they're all scared, but we get the introduction of properly of Val Cooper, and she's with
Yeah,
them, and and she's like, "Oh my god, what I got."
yeah. The second Storm got shot, she's like, "We had nothing to do with this. This was not our idea. I promise you." Like,
And oh man, that's so
oh
bad.
god.
And he's just crying. Oh really?
Oh right. Earth shakes, grabs everyone, takes them up to space.
You know, I hate how like growing up that you read Magneto is. I think this is why I strayed from X-Men growing up, because you realize everything is not black and white.
Yes.
Magneto is definitely gray.
Yes.
He's a hero, but not for who you think. And I
Right.
think, and I think that's why I'm starting to slowly come around to the character, because it's
Hmm.
wow, it's
That's why I've always loved
awesome.
it. That's why I've always loved him as he's always been one of like he that's why he's a lot of people's favorite one of a lot of people's favorite
Yeah.
villains. Like he's one of my favorite villains for sure because you understand why he's doing it. He may not do it in the methods that you like, but you understand why his methods why what has brought him to this point and why he's doing it. And
Hmm.
this show they did a great way of explaining why he is and what he is but also and not only that but you can see that he's not trying to shy away from what he did. He's
No.
just trying to atone for and be a better person just in the name of his friend. And I love that we kind of get that moment of him of just seeing him that vulnerable, especially with that tear as he looks at the earth. That was a beautiful moment. But as all this is happening, Jean
Oh
goes
yeah.
into labor, and I think it says a lot about Storm's leadership that the fact that when Jean gets pregnant and Cyclops finds out, she loses two of her heaviest hitters while all this happens at the courthouse. When
Yeah.
she lets Rogue take Cyclops to the hospital, and then the cool moment of well, not the really cool, kind of cool, but also bittersweet, the moment of them the hospital not having mutant births.
Yeah,
um
because you're different, and that
Right,
like no, like no BS. That happens in
that
real
happens.
life.
Right, it
It
has
like
happened.
they did
It
it perfectly
does.
well. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not going to be a comic book where
Hmm.
Rogue is going to touch somebody and get somebody to help Jean
Right,
give birth
exactly.
to the baby. So like
Right,
it's just so well, like really
right.
well.
I thought they did it really. Yeah, I thought they did it really good. And I did like the moment of yeah, like you said, Rogue taking the information from the doctor, and like I do, and her being scared that she's gonna hurt the baby, but them, saying they trust her and allowing her to do the birth. I thought that was a nice little moment for them, and just like I mean Logan having to take Jean to the hospital. Lord, is just the craziest thing. Like I felt so bad for him. Um and yeah, you can tell like he's just you know what, all through all this, we've never talked about Morph. Um and like his insensitivity through all this first of all.
He's he's
Like
just like, so
right?
I
He
don't know, but I'm gonna be an asshole anyway.
right. I'm sorry. I keep saying he. They go by them. I didn't know that in the end credits they actually put their pronouns in their bio at the end of it. I actually don't hate this change in morph. Like people are talking people are, of course there are some, cishet white men who are going up, cishets who period, who are going up in odds about morph being they
Be,
them
bef-
non-binary.
let me help you out with that.
Oh, good, 'cause I have thoughts. Go ahead. You go first.
If you have a problem with Rogue, Jean, Wolverine, whoever, don't watch the show. Let me make it that simple. Don't watch it.
Yeah, and
Don't watch the show. Maybe, because because I'm gonna upload this. Maybe say it this way: if you have nothing nice to say at all, don't say nothing. Shut your
right,
face. Simple as
right.
that. Shh,
Exactly.
shh, shh, shh. Just I don't want to cuss because I'm gonna post this, but maybe shut your face.
Yeah, cause this cause for one thing, where was all this love and attention for the character when they were out there in the trenches? Like where are all these more fans who care about their binary now? Their like them being
You
non-binary.
don't
I need
care.
y'all to get out of here.
You're
I need
looking
y'all
for
to
an
sincerely get
excuse
out of
to
here.
make
And
it unhappy for everybody else. If
right.
you're not a true X-Men fan, Chris Claremont wrote these characters the way he did to make everybody feel loved and respected. And if you can't respect people fandom, then you honestly don't pick up a comic book, don't pick up an action figure. Go in some corner and cry yourself to sleep.
And I do, and honestly, it was and we all, and like of course, it wasn't a change. It wasn't something that he was. Of course, he's a character that was. I'm sorry, they were a character that were made later on in life, but and they weren't originally made as a non-binary character, but it wasn't. It wasn't a big change. Like honestly, it didn't feel like it was forced. It didn't feel like it was knock you over the head with it. It was a subtle change where like you understood why you didn't really question it. And they're like, let's be honest, shapeshifters. Shapeshifters are I feel like most shapeshifters should be non-binary kind of, especially in the way they transform and things. Like I feel like it makes sense for a lot of shapeshifters to be non-binary. And theirs, it felt like it wasn't they were trying to force an agenda or anything. They were just,
He's
letting it
just who he is.
organically
Just
go,
let
and
him be
it
him here.
just felt right.
Which he even
Um,
well, I guess we'll get to episode three. Can we talk about episode three? Well, I guess we got to
we're
talk
about
about
to
the
get into
cliffhanger.
it. Yeah, that's why I wanted to get
Uh,
into Gene and thing last because
so
about
Jean gives birth. They name the baby Nathan.
mhm.
It's a cute story. So literally, they're talking about leaving the team, Jean and Scott, and then Jean shows up, and the
Right.
look on Scott's face is like, oh boy,
And he says Gene, and then the look on the Gene behind him, there's a look like
like
what the fuck, like an angry look, and like
yeah.
it was kind of indicative. Like honestly, for me, I felt like I instantly knew that the one at the door was Gene. I didn't until I saw her face because but it was also when he said Jean and he looked at her like, oh no, this is the real one. Like, and I just like I instantly was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. First of all, the big fact that they even decided to pull the trigger of Madeline Pryor is
Wait. So
something
we're officially
that
talking about episode three now.
yeah, we already here with the
All
clone.
right, go
Yeah,
ahead, go
yeah,
ahead, go ahead,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So the fact that we're even thinking about a Madeline Pryor storyline is wild. Um, but like this story, we get the clone of Jean Grey, and I guess we can just jump right into episode 3 of them going to the them figuring out who she is, and they find out that the Jean Grey who has been there, who is pregnant, is actually the clone and not
Yeah.
the Jean Grey who just got there. They find out that the Jean Grey who just got there is actually her exact right age, but this one is new. So, hold on, y'all. My bad. The thing just actually played. But yeah, we get this good moment of first of all, before we get into it, tell me your thoughts on the first on this episode.
So I've only read the Madeline story once.
Okay.
So I really knew nothing going into it. And also know you really can't do Inferno for the cartoon. Or maybe you can. I'm not particularly certain. But um her having the Sailor Moon transformation into the Goblin Queen was a bit much for me.
Um, I love a good Sailor Moon transformance as much as the next person. Don't get me
But the
wrong.
line, but the line's like, "You will all feel my inferno." Like, oh, oh,
Honestly, I love that actually. I thought that was iconic. I thought that was very excuse my French. I thought it was very cunt. I was it gave all the things that I needed. I did I cuz that's how she talks. And that's one thing I was very worried about of them talking doing Madeline. Madeline always has an extravagant way of talking and sounding very old-timey but like sounding like one of those women from like those old like drama commercials like she's yeah
Victorian
kind
era.
of
Yeah,
but also
yeah.
like kind of dynasty also like like honey you better stop right here because because this train is out of gas or something like that like she always has like that kind of like metaphor kind of talking speak and I kind of love that but um I do feel like I wanted more of a better reason as to why she became the Goblin Queen. I feel like they just gave her magical powers and was like, "Oh, it's just because she's evil." Like, no, like that's never been how and they try to say, "Oh, it's changing the perception of how she's changing the perception of their reality." And it's making it seem like her powers are so strong that she can not only change her mind, but she can change the fabric of reality. And I'm like, "Okay, she's not Scarlet Witch. Let's calm down." And that was my big thing. I feel like they kind of just like give her magical powers without giving her without doing the work
So
of
is
giving her
it?
the powers.
So this is the thing I was trying to figure out.
Hmm.
Is it because I know like at some point me and the missus is gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Is it magic tele? No, is it magic telekinesis? See, because I'm not. I'm pretty. I'm a little.
Um.
I don't. I'm not sure about her powers. I
So
mean,
are
they
you
look
talking
cool,
in the comics or in the show?
both.
Okay. So in in the comics, she has magic. In the comics, what originally happens is, um, Sinister steals the baby. Sinister ends up stealing the baby, and he ends up calling to he ends up stealing the baby from her. She loses him altogether. So she ends up getting selling her soul to a demon Sim, and he ends up giving her the power to go and get her baby back. But
Mm.
her, of course, she ends up becoming tainted by the dark magic, and she ends up trying to sacrifice her child to do something. But in the comic, she actually has magic. She gets her powers from that from selling her soul. But in the comics, I mean, in the show, it seems like it's a lot of like strong telepathy kind of magic kind of thing that's happening.
Hmm.
And like, and don't get me wrong, like Jean is always like her telepathy and telekinesis is strong. Like she's able to change like her the fabric of her clothes on a molecular level. Like she's always been able to change her regular like clothes into her like battle gear. And they've explained it why she's able to like telekinetically change the change structures on a molecular level. Like she is like capable of doing things like that, but I feel like that's not a good way to do it. But I did like the power effect that they gave her, gave
Yeah,
Madeline though
and
the
it's
green
like
and
if you've
purple.
seen the episode, and if you haven't, once
Mhm.
again,
Watch
hang
that shit.
up,
Why are
go
you
watch
here?
it.
Right.
Just
I
go
love you, but
watch
why
it.
are you here?
Just go watch it. Come back. But
That part.
yes, it was very visual. Let me say this: I like the memes that have come out. Hey, Psych. Hey, Wolverine. You know, there's two Gene Greens now, right?
That part.
You know, we could make this work. I'm just saying.
It can
There's,
work in
you
this
know,
comic though. It can work in the show
there,
though. I ain't gonna lie.
there's two of them now, so maybe we don't have to fight no more.
That part. That part.
Wolverine ain't because Gene is they're in the mansion, but they're fighting a bunch of demons, which I'm surprised that Disney was
Yeah.
able to do it, man. I'm
The
even
stuff that
surprised
they
that
did in that was crazy, right?
the Cyclops Bishop combo was fun.
Oh yeah. The
Um
we
Gambit seeing Rogue and Magneto together was like,
yes.
I can't
And that was the
unsee
scene
this.
I was referring to of the of her in the little bikini and him in the little
Yeah, yeah.
loincloth. That's the iconic little issue, the cover. It's actually a cover issue of X-Men of them trapped in the Savage Land. And I was like, okay, I was like, I love these little throwaway moments that they do to it. And but the one that I was very surprised that they did was the Logan and Morph um nightmare. And that's what you were referring to. We were referring to that we were going to talk about
So
later.
yeah, so
You gonna say it or you
there
want me to say it?
I guess I'm see. I don't want to be biased
Hmm.
because I know everybody had questions. So are they hinting
I think
at
they're
that
hinting
or
that
more
Morph
now?
likes him,
Okay, so that's
but
what I
he doesn't
figured.
like him. Oh
But
yeah,
I look and not for nothing. Anybody that complains about Wolverine and Morph, it has not them particularly, but Wolverine has played for the other team before.
right.
Read the Wolverine and Hercules series.
Extreme X-Men. I love that. See, that's one of my favorite X-Men comics. Yeah, y'all should read in the alternate universe
Yeah,
he with Hercules and it's amazing.
and I think it's set in the past, and they were
No,
lovers.
it's set in the current. It was a but it was an alternate universe.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. I
but
never read it,
look,
but I just
it's yeah.
someone showed me a clip of it. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's very cute. I
I,
love it.
that Wolverine is immortal,
Yeah,
so
exactly. Like
outside the realm of possibility is possible.
right,
We'll see.
exactly. When you deal with immortal characters, I feel like it's kind of naive to think that like most of them would just stay to heteronormative thinking, especially like you're living on the world for like hundreds of years. Like you're gonna dabble, like you're gonna try some things. But no, I did. I feel like they're hinting that Morph likes him, but it's not. But he's too scared to say anything. I feel like it's going to be one of those storylines that he likes him, but Wolverine doesn't feel the same way. And I feel like that's a good storyline to tell because it's a storyline that a lot of queer kids go through. I've been there, wore that T-shirt a few thousand times. Of the of the friend who you care for, you get really close to, and you realize later on that you do care for them in a way that you didn't expect, that you actually like them, and that's why but you don't realize it, kind of thing. And, like it's one of those things that you kind of start to realize that you like them, and I kind of like that they're doing this storyline. Like for those who don't know, in X Force, Fabian Nicieza was actually planning on doing that with Richter and Shatterstar. That was going to be their like they weren't originally planning to be relationship. Like it was going to be Richter had Shatterstar had a crush on him, but he didn't. But Richter didn't feel the same way, or vice versa. And it was going to be a unrequited love kind of thing, and I kind of like that. So we'll see how that the fact that they even talk about that they even tried to pull that trigger, especially with Wolverine, because people go crazy over Wolverine's sexuality.
Yeah. Um, Mr. Sinister being the reverse Flash of the show is
Yes,
still it's still
that's fucking hilarious, and you're sick for
that's the
saying
best
that.
analogy. Just
He's
him being the reverse
he's
Flash of the
Cyclops'
show.
reverse Flash, and that's
Yes.
crazy. He
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
is. Definitely is. This man has
Just like
tormented him all his
Sabretooth,
life.
just like Sabretooth is Logan's, so to
He's
speak.
he's Logan's Joker.
Yeah. it, it's
Yeah.
just yeah. It's oh boy. Oof.
Mhm.
Mm, 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 mm.
There's they have a the Sabretooth War thing that's going on Wolverine. It's
Oh
it's
boy.
insane. Have you read that? Oh man, it's they're finally like explaining more as to why Sabretooth does what he does. I know a lot of people were scared that they were going to do the whole "oh, you're secretly in love with him" kind of trope, but no, they're doing like they finally realizing that he's actually he actually misses his friendship from when they were in Team X days, and he wants to prove that like, and especially since they basically go through the same path, but both of them ended up so differently, and so he
Mhm.
kind of he wants to Logan to force himself to prove that he is just like him, and I kind of like that's the road that they're going down better than oh, I'm just crazy in love with you. You know what I mean?
Also, his Reverse Flash.
Also, but he isn't as meticulous as Sinister is. Like, so Sinister has literally manipulated this boy since a child, since
Yeah,
that boy got
man.
off that damn plane, fell off that damn plane for real. Oh God.
Let's see. What
Um.
else happened in three?
Yeah.
We well, so much has happened. Oh, they fight Sinister. The baby.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the baby. I didn't know if they were
Uh,
gonna do that, but yeah, they give him the techno-organic virus, which in the comics that was a metaphor for
wasn't that
hey.
part of the OG series too?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's what happens in the OG series. He gets him a strain of techno-organic virus so that he can be Apocalypse's vessel, but to secretly be strong enough to control and destroy Apocalypse. But then what ends up happening is, they end up destroying the thing and getting little Nathan, but he's already too far gone. So they end up taking him to the future, and so he can find a
Bishop.
cure.
So there was a meme online where there was like Bishop came to our time by myself, and now he's going back a single dad. I'm like, what
Real
the
shit. Real talk. And that's crazy. He's about to be the Piccolo of X-Men. He's about to just
I'm
another
done with
black
you.
man raising this white man baby, and
I
that's
I I'm done with you. Um,
I love that
God,
for him. And you know what? He will be such a great Piccolo. Like, just think about Bishop. I can see Bishop in the little white, little strong shoulder pads with the little with the head wrap. Oh man, he would be such a good
I hate all of this. I hate all of this, but it's okay. I'll
because
deal.
you can see because you hate it because you can kind of see him raising Cable
That's
as a great
why.
dad,
That's why. And I think
right?
I,
just
now
just
I know we're
camping
gonna see
out.
him again. I hope we'll see him again.
Yeah, yeah,
And then Jean saves everybody by just basically talking to Madeline, just like, hey,
yes.
just like. But then they kind of gave her the short end of the stick by sending Nathan to the future with Bishop, and it's like Cyclops is like, I don't want to abandon my kid, but I can't be
Yeah,
a part of this. Like, what the fuck is
right.
happening?
I kind of I did like that as I do like the fact that they give Madeline more autonomy
Yes.
with certain things, because let's be real, in the comics they just expressed her as a clone. She's just a clone of Jean Grey. She doesn't deserve any right to live or anything, but this they give her such an even keel. It kind of they do a better job of this. They it kind of gives the treatment of Spider-Man clone supremacy kind of moments. Not that
Yes.
exact saga, but you know what I mean. Like the clone sagas of you don't know where you begin and I end. Especially I do like the fact that they say they don't know where Jean was kidnapped and when she or where
Yeah, so
Madeline
that was
became.
the thing we were speculating when the trailer came out.
Yes,
Like, when did she get kidnapped?
right.
So we don't get an answer, which is
Right.
fine.
And I kind of yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with us like waiting to learn that answer cuz it gives us a chance to get to know um get to know both of them more, Madeline more, and it gives us a chance to see both of them struggle with realizing or understanding who they are or and who married Scott. because that's something that him and Gene are going to have to have to go through because
Yeah, because
you
the
have a
way it
baby on this
ends,
woman, and that's
you
something y'all
you
know she is the clone. Who the clone has?
it's what's that? What's the story called? Uh, it's basically when they live when someone lives the person's life. I can't. It's an old story. Either way, it leaves Scott and Jean in a not great place.
Yeah, right. Because even though it's not your fault, you kind of had a baby on somebody. You had a baby on me for real, and like you might have gotten married to somebody else. You might have gotten married to the clone, but you might have also got married to me. So, you know, you never know. It's a lot of things that they're going to have
But
to deal
Logan
with.
would be like, "Remember who I am.
All
I'm
right,
Logan."
look here,
Ugh.
because that's how she got. And let's be real, that's how she got. She got too because she couldn't remember. She couldn't even remember how to control her powers when she got back, and he's the one who brought her to focus her mind. He said, and he read her mind. She read his mind and saw how much he loved her, and she's like, "You think you care about you love me that much?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, yeah, you girl, you still struggling."
Don't slack. Wolverine to come in for the kid.
All right, please do not
Don't
drop
be
the ball.
slipping.
Please do
Don't
not
be
drop the
don't.
ball, cause my boy is ready. He ready for all the games. Like
He's like, don't be slipping out here in these
that
streets.
part. That part.
Don't be slipping out here in these streets. So the kind of cliffhanger it kind of ends with Storm is in Dallas having a
Hmm.
drink, and we see Forge
Yeah,
saying, "Hey, I can help you get your powers back."
and they give him the Texas accent. They give him a little
Mm-hmm.
country twang in it.
Which is
I love it.
awesome,
I love it. Because we
awesome.
forget that he is a country boy, like, and we don't
Yeah,
they kind of just like skip over that, and yeah, like I do like that we're gonna see this little thing transpire. I want to see more. I hope we get to see Storm more
not
depressive.
right away. No, we're not gonna get it right away.
No, I feel like we might because of the way they ended it. I feel like the way they end their episodes is how they start the next episodes. Most
Mhm.
times, so I feel like that's what they're gonna like allude to, or at least like talk about in the next at the end of the episode. Um, the but honestly, um, surprisingly, even because people who know me, y'all know I stan Madeline Pryor. This was not my favorite episode, y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. So I thought this was good. I thought the things in it were good. I did love the autonomy they gave Madeline, making her an actual character, not just, a clone. I love that you understand why she was evil, and I love that the reason she took her baby isn't, oh, so I can sacrifice him or whatever. Like in the comics, it was, I'm
Mhm.
being controlled by Nathan, so therefore I still love him though. And I love that we get to see the moments of her and Scott fighting for Nathan, and her and Scott having to go through losing him, not just, oh, Gene being that person now all of a sudden. Which also, Gene is really cool about this whole you got a baby with somebody else, because she walks Madeline through that thing really good, especially about the part where she talks
Because
about
it's not her fault,
you
and
had
it's
a
not really
baby.
Scott's fault.
Look,
It's
that's cool. but but also, if you woke up and you found out that your wife not only was with you with your cop, a clone of you, but also is having his baby, how would you feel? I mean, she didn't know. I mean, so you can't really be mad at her, but at the same
all right.
time,
I feel like I'll speak on it from the missus point of view because
mm,
that would apply. I'm likely to,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, hands down. That's why I said Gene
just
Cook better than me, because I know this ain't your fault technically, bitch. But no, like you have my man's
so wait. So how the argument supposed to go? Like, babe, I didn't know.
right. Like,
I
look, look,
didn't know.
look. I love you, and I know this ain't your fault.
She's gonna ask me what we talked about tonight. I'm like, and we have this recurring joke where if we don't know something, one of us goes, I didn't know. I think this definitely apply. This definitely
This will be
applies
it. This will
because,
be it.
like, if I marry you, so we always joke around. It's like, is it cheating if I mess with your counter double, right?
Hmm.
And she goes like jokingly, she goes, "Yes, it's cheating. I will unalive you." But I'm
Right.
like, how am I supposed to know? You check. I'm like, what the what
Hmm.
make you expect me to do?
Try a little harder.
We're at an hour 40. Let's get up out
Yeah.
of here.
Look, I hold on. We not hold on. I didn't give my contention. The reason
Okay,
I
go ahead.
didn't enjoy the reason I didn't enjoy this in it's solely because this is a big arc. I this is a not only big, but this is a defining arc in X-Men history. The Inferno is a really iconic arc, and it is not only for comics but for actual like genres in media. Like people don't like, and people don't realize that as well. But a lot of people took from Inferno. And of course some of this is taken from Dante's Inferno as well. But like
Mhm.
this the aspect of the Madeline storyline, it a lot of it stems from a lot of it is has been inspiration to other things. Um, Even in the cover arts that they do in Inferno, that it has gone into be inspirations to other people who have done cover arts. But the reason I say that is because this arc was too important to just push into one episode, condense into one episode. I feel like this would have been such a great arc. Like I missed the day
But
if they had made this a part
counter
two or part
counter
three.
argument, it's only the first time you see her because
And I get that.
the next time you see her, she could be on that bullshit. I I I, I say for now, okay, let's rate episode 1. If we did it 10 out of life rants, what do we rate it?
Honestly,
I say 9.
yeah, I'll say I give it a. I will give it a. I will give it a 10. I'll be generous. I'll give it a real 10 because
All right,
it did
episode
everything it's
2.
supposed to do.
Episode 2.
Um,
I give it a 10.
two, 10, 2 definitely still gets a 10 as well.
So I say 3 for because I didn't really understand Laura, and I'm like, I'm slowly dipping in the X Men. I say 8 because I really enjoyed it. It did nothing really.
I gave a 7.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but like I'm sorry, I gotta say it. The my only I feel like this should have gotten a. I do understand that I do understand. I know that she will be seen in the next episode because I feel like she's going to have a story arc that's going to be really good and profound as well. But
Yeah,
I feel like this could have been a really good chance for us to get to know not only that but we I feel like this get we lose a chance to get to know Madeline more and get to endure her more. I feel like we should have gotten a chance to see them all go through this as this was happening. I feel like we should have also gotten a chance for Madeline to be evil throughout the episodes. I feel like that could have easily been like they did in the original ones. Did like little things that happen in the background of certain issues and it leads to her becoming evil or whatever. Yeah, I know you want me to get done talking about this. I know. But look, but yeah, I just feel like they could have given us a chance to attach more to them and given us a good arc of inferno of everything going down instead of just flushing it all into one episode. And yeah, that was my one thing. I feel like we might not get story arcs in this new X-Men
I
era, and I feel like that might
say
make me sad.
just give it time.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna watch the absolute hell out of it.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
the next episode's a couple days, so I just
yeah.
say give it time.
But yeah, I'm
Give
gonna
it.
love the absolute hell out of it for real. But it just yeah, that made me sad because that's a big issue. That's a big arc, you know.
So we X-Men 97, one for the books. We like it. We enjoyed it.
Absolutely love it. Yep.
We'll probably talk, I guess, the next episode on 51. No, actually, if we wait 51, we could talk about the next 2 episodes. So, bam. 2 weeks, baby. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Hmm.
All right. Tell them your socials so we can get up out of here.
Alrighty, so y'all can catch me at Kingkrakoa on TikTok, Twitter, Discord, all the things. You can also catch me at King of Thrones on Instagram and on also on TikTok.
I am at okay. I've been wanting to do this, and now I can talk about it. If you want to send us an email, give us something you want us to talk about, something you want us to like, or just give us some feedback. Leave a review at the Apple page. Leave us a review. If you give us a 5-star review, I will read it on the show. Simple as that. But if you have any questions or concerns, liferantspod23 at gmail.com. My TikTok, liferantspod23 at TikTok. X, AntLifeRants82, my IG. Antonio Rants 82. And then we do have a Facebook page, Life Rants Geek Culture on Facebook. Beautiful people of the internet. Be good to each other. Take care of yourselves. We out.
Deuces.